Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I know if you're probably watching this video, you're going to be surprised and a little bit shocked that I'm doing a podcast video for the first time. This is actually the first podcast video I've ever done on my channel, and it's probably because I'm not really in a right state to do a full video for you guys so you guys can see me so that we could connect, we could bond. But I guess just for my voice alone, you guys should be able to bond with me. What I'm basically going to be saying is a lot of men, right, before they get married, they take out time to look for what we call a wife material. And do you know the type of woman African men consider a wife material? They consider a woman who is submissive, God fearing, nurturing, caring, respectful, committed, loyal, a woman who can raise a home, and a woman who can give him peace of mind. This is what African men consider a wife material. But I want to ask this question to us women. When we are looking for husbands, are we looking for these same qualities in the men who want to date us? Are you looking for the same qualities of a husband material in the guys that you want to date or in the guys you're in a relationship with? Are you dating these men for the right reasons? Are you looking for a boyfriend or you're looking for a husband? Because trust me, the same qualities that a man is looking for in a wife should be the same qualities that you should be looking for in a husband. This is where so many women make a mistake. Ask yourself, does this man have the qualities of a husband? If you're having a boyfriend, I want you who's listening to this podcast, ask yourself, does my boyfriend have the qualities of a husband? Don't be so desperate for marriage that you settle down with any kind of man because you want to have a husband. Ask yourself, is he husband material? Is he forgiving? Is he considerate? Is he God fearing? Is he prayerful? Can he build a home? Does he have the mindset of a man? When I'm talking of a man, I'm talking of a real man, please. Can he give you peace? Can he give you the permanent things of life, not temporal things? Temporal things are money, all the things which are maybe luxurious. I'm talking of permanent things of life like respect, peace, peace of mind, care, concern. Is he nurturing? Is he understanding? Can he communicate? Does he consider your feelings? Those are some of the permanent things that you should be seeking for in a husband. Can he build a home? Those should be things. Can he provide? Those should be the things that you should be looking for in a husband. Don't just be in a relationship with a guy and you're like, oh, he's handsome, he's tall, he has money, he can take care of me, he can do this and that for me. Trust me, a husband material should be that man that provides you with the permanent things of life. Can he give you the permanent things of life? Because marriage is lifetime. Marriage is not like a relationship. Marriage is a lifetime. Can this person grant you peace? Is this person right for your mental health? Are they good for your mental health? Mental health is very important. And trust me, there's some people who get married and along the line, they are not happy in the marriage. They are depressed. They are traumatized. They cannot have peace. You don't want to be attached to an energy or to be attached to a man whose energy is breaking your spirit. You don't want to be attached to a man who is toxic for you. You don't want to be attached to a man who drains you emotionally, physically, and mentally. You don't want to be attached to a man who is abusive, who abuses you emotionally, physically, and verbally. Those are some of the things that you should be more focused on when you're looking for your husband. Don't just look at the temporal things of life like money and luxury. Ask yourself, does he have the same qualities of a wife material which he's looking for in you? Does he have the same qualities? Is he committed? Is he committed? Because trust me, marriage and love is a commitment. At some point in time, your partner will bore you. Is he a committed man? Is he willing to stick to that commitment? Is he willing to do everything to make your marriage or your relationship work? That should be the kind of man that you should marry. Don't marry a man that will stress you. Marry a man who is good for your mental health. Marry a man who wants you to be his peace and who wants to be your peace. Marry a man who is committed to being with you and committed to making you, both of you, happy. That should be the kind of man that you should marry. Don't marry a man who is going to stress you, because trust me, marriage is lifetime. There's nobody who is perfect, but at least marry a man who understands, a man who apologizes when he is wrong, a man who is committed to making your relationship work, a man who understands your feelings, who is considerate of how you feel, a man who understands that love is a commitment and he is willing to do everything to make it work regardless. Someone who puts effort for the relationship to work. Don't marry a man who loves his ego more than he loves you. Because trust me, a man who loves his ego more than he loves you is never going to apologize when they are wrong. He is never going to be considerate of your feelings. It's always going to be a battle of control. And you should not marry a man who cannot apologize. Don't marry a man who finds it difficult to say I am sorry when they do something wrong. Don't marry a man who loves his ego more than he loves you, because that marriage won't last and you're always going to be the one begging him. You're always going to be the one trying to fix things, trying to make the relationship work. You're going to be the one putting all the effort for the relationship to work. You're going to realize that you're walking on eggshells because you're going to be scared not to do something or say anything that is going to make him upset, angry, for fear that the relationship may end or he may call off the relationship. You're always going to be the one on the begging side. You're always going to be the one trying too hard. You're scared to be yourself because you don't want to say or do something that will make him sad. A man should love you more than he loves his ego. If you're in a relationship with a guy who cannot say, I am sorry, then you're dating a narcissist. If they blame you for everything and somehow manage to make you the bad guy, even when they are wrong, then that guy is toxic. If in cases where you guys have a problem and they somehow manage to twist it to make you the bad guy by bringing up your flaws, like, oh, you did this last time, oh, you're like this, you're like that. If they are more focused on your reaction to a problem rather than the actual problem, then trust me, that guy is a narcissist. Say, for example, you caught him cheating and you're like, oh, you're cheating on me and I'm upset, and you rush out. But he's more concerned about the fact that you're rushing out rather than being concerned about the fact that he's cheating on you. Then that guy is toxic. If he manages to manipulate you or gaslight you or twist things by making you the problem in every situation, even when they are wrong, then that's the definition of toxic. Then just know that isn't someone you should marry. If a guy doesn't want to understand, doesn't want to apologize, doesn't want to consider your feelings, then just move on. I understand that you want to fight for this relationship, but only fight when you know that it's worth it. Only fight when you see that the other person is making an effort. Only fight when you realize that the other person wants to do everything for you guys to be happy. That's when it's worth fighting for. Do not fight for a relationship that is one-sided. One-sided relationships do not last. And if it's one-sided, you're never going to be happy. And when I'm talking of a relationship being one-sided, I mean you're the only one always doing too much. You're the only one always fighting for it. You're the only one putting in the effort. You're the only one you're just pretty much doing everything for it to work. Right? Don't marry a man who sees everything as a confrontation. Don't marry a man who dismisses your feelings. For example, if you tell a guy the things that makes you uncomfortable in the relationship and he somehow manages to use emotional blackmail, like, or he says something like, oh, if you continue with this attitude, I'm not going to continue the relationship. Or if you feel like that, if that's how you're going to feel, I'm not going to continue the relationship. Or if you do this, if you do that, I'm not going to continue the relationship. That's emotional blackmail. That's emotional abuse. You shouldn't marry a guy like that. Marry a guy who understands, who considers your feelings, and who tries to put himself in your position. Don't marry a man who you have to beg for the bare minimum things from him, like love, care, concern, respect, and compassion. Because when it's genuine, it comes naturally. Marry a man who is going to give you the permanent things of life. And ladies, please, when a guy shows you who he is, believe him. When a man shows you his character, believe him. And don't determine a guy's character from the beginning of a relationship, because trust me, guys are always very sweet in the beginning. The beginning is always very sweet. A man will say and do anything in the beginning of a relationship to get you, but as time passes by, his true character reveals itself. So you determine a guy's true character, but in the long run of the relationship, and when he shows you who he is, don't make excuses for him. Believe what he shows you. Like I said, guys are always sweet in the beginning. A guy will say and do anything to get you, but what matters is he consistent? It is consistency that you should be looking for. It is consistency that makes a man serious. And guys, let me advise you, it is consistency that makes a woman stay in love with you. Don't introduce a woman to a character that you're not going to keep up with if you're not going to be consistent with it. Don't be so sweet in the beginning and then along the line you change. Don't be the guy who gives her attention, care, respect, love, and all those other nice things in the beginning, and then along the line you're not able to be consistent because maybe that's not who you really are. Show a woman who you really are, because if you introduce a woman to a character that you're not going to be consistent with in the long run, she's going to start complaining, and you're going to start saying, oh, she's nagging, she's this, she's that. You were the one who made her crazy. You were the one who made her crazy in love, because you were, oh, overly sweet, overly this, overly that. You were calling 247, texting 347. Now you cannot keep up with it. When she starts nagging, you say, oh, she's complaining a lot, she's nagging. Do not introduce a woman to a character that you're not going to be consistent with. Consistency is what separates the men from the boys. Consistency is proof of seriousness. Girls, we need to do better. We spend our time being wife materials to men who aren't even husband materials. The same qualities he's looking for to find in you should be the same qualities that you're looking for in him. We seriously need to start dating men who are good for our mental health. Date a man who is going to give you peace of mind. Trust me. Any relationship that explaining how you feel can cause an end to the relationship, or can lead to breakup, was a relationship that didn't have a strong foundation from the onset. It wasn't even worth it to begin with. You should be able to communicate with your partner. You should be able to explain how you feel with your partner without fear that the relationship may end, or you may say something that is going to make him break up with you. You should be free. A relationship shouldn't be feel like it's some kind of prison. You should be free to communicate. You should be free to express how you truly feel without fear for the relationship breaking up. A man isn't faithful or loyal, but he expects you to be loyal. He expects you to be faithful to him, but he's not even reciprocating the same energy. We tolerate things from men that they will not even tolerate those things from us. If you cheat on a guy, he may never forgive you. He may never act the same again. But we date men who cheat on us over and over again, but we turn a blind eye to it. We forgive, we tolerate it, we take it, we accept it. These are things that men will accept. So date somebody that is willing to reciprocate the same energy that you're giving them. Date somebody who is forgiving. You date a guy for years and years, and you guys break up, and it's not even up to a month, and he's already in another relationship. What are you thinking? After all, they will say it's a man's world. But if it's a woman who does the same thing, or she's a this, she's a that, they'll give you all sorts of names. Women, we really need to do better. Let us date men. Differentiate your wants from your needs. Date a man that you need. Don't date a man that you want. Don't look for physical features. Look for quality. Look for quality. I hope you guys know what I mean. Don't look for a packaged man. Look for a real man. Anyway, I hope you guys love this video and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any points or if you have anything that you learned from this video, and if you have more to share, please drop a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I love you guys always, and until my next video, bye.